Eminem's oldest daughter, Elena Scott, just got married, and the photos from the wedding caused quite a stir on social media. People noticed something pretty odd about the picture she posted online, and it's definitely surprising. You won't believe what people spotted and what it potentially means about Eminem and his relationship with Elena. Elena married her longtime boyfriend Matt Mueller on June 9th of this year. The ceremony was lovely. They decided to have a great Gatsby glam theme, and Elena worked really hard to bring to life all the things she envisioned for their special day. They chose to invite close friends and family, people that are a part of their everyday life. So they only had 125 guests as they exchanged handwritten vows at the Packard Proving Ground Historic Museum in Shelby Township, Michigan. A few days after the wedding, Elena posted a series of photos on social media from the ceremony, and that's when people started to ask questions. The photos featured many of Elena's and Matt's respective family members and friends, including Eminem's well-known other daughter, Haley Jade. Haley was actually Elena's maid of honor, and after the photos dropped, it was no secret that she played a big role in the wedding. Elena even later said that she would never forget having her sister there alongside her for her big day. So Haley definitely showed her support for Elena and Matt's union. But the question many were left asking after the photos were released was whether Eminem also showed his support. When Elena shared the pictures from the wedding, a lot of people were surprised and taken aback by one key detail. Eminem wasn't in any of them. That's right, Elena didn't post one picture that showed Eminem celebrating her marriage or even passively observing her marriage. It was easy to assume from his absence in the photos that Eminem didn't actually attend the wedding, which is a conclusion that many people quickly drew. People all over social media were debating whether Eminem didn't or didn't go to his own daughter's wedding. Some folks took the photos as all the proof they needed that Eminem had failed to perform his fatherly duties, and they were pretty outraged by it. If they were right about Eminem not having attended the wedding, I'd say their anger was pretty reasonable. I mean, any good dad who is able to should be at his daughter's wedding. On the other hand, a different group of social media debaters believe that Eminem had in fact attended the wedding. Those people offered a few explanations as to why he wasn't in the photos. One said that Eminem wasn't seen in Elena's photo dump because he highly values his privacy. That same person called anyone who thinks Eminem wasn't at the wedding stupid. Another person in the same camp said that they were absolutely sure that Eminem was at the wedding. They claimed that Eminem was just trying to be respectful of Elena's big moment. His absence from the photos, that person reasoned, was because he didn't want to draw the attention away from Elena. That same person believed that Elena did have pictures with Eminem, but the family was choosing to keep them private. The second person definitely made a good point. Eminem does have a history of trying to divert attention away from him and toward his kids during their big moments. Back in 2013, for example, Eminem attended Halle's homecoming ceremony when she was a high schooler. Halle was being crowned homecoming queen, and Eminem wanted to show his support for her accomplishment, but he made a huge effort to keep everyone's attention on Halle and not on him. He actually watched the ceremony in private from another room at the school. A parent of another child at the school told reporters that Eminem chose to watch from the private room because he didn't want to cause a scene. I guess that's one of the drawbacks of being uber famous. Everywhere you go, people are going to take notice. But in Eminem's opinion, that was a day for folks to take notice of Haley, not him. He wanted Haley to have her special moment without being overshadowed by her famous dad's parents. And according to another parent, Eminem apparently stuck his head out the door with a big smile on his face when Haley's name was called. So he was definitely super proud of Haley. His hiding away wasn't an indication that he supported her any less. Many people think he employed a similar tactic at Elena's wedding. Those who believe Eminem definitely was there to support Elena. He just shied away from camera so that people would talk about Elena rather than him. If that was really the reason Eminem stayed out of the photos, it was definitely a noble intent. Ironically, however, Eminem being absent from the photos probably caused a bigger hubbub than his presence in them would have. I mean, everyone expected Eminem to be at Elena's wedding, so it probably wouldn't have been a huge talking point if he had been seen in pictures. It was much more surprising to folks that he wasn't in the pictures. So despite Eminem's best efforts to do the opposite, he might have accidentally drawn more attention away from Elena by not being in the photos. After all the back and forth online about whether Eminem was there or not, Elena decided to come forward to reveal the truth. And it turns out that the second group of people was right. Eminem was in fact at the wedding, and according to Elena, he played a big role. She said that the wedding wouldn't have been possible without Eminem. She didn't say exactly what he did to turn her dreams into reality, but I'm sure it was some combination of emotional and financial support. He wasn't only a key player in making the whole wedding happen, he also was very important during the ceremony itself. Elena revealed to people that Eminem did indeed fulfill his parental obligations. He walked Elena down the aisle. She said that there was no way he was going to miss out on the opportunity of escorting her down the aisle, so it seems like the social media concern was pretty baseless. It turns out that the folks who believed he was just directing the attention away from himself were right. He did everything he was supposed to do when the cameras weren't on, and when they did come on, and he tried to do a good thing by keeping the focus on Elena. I wonder how he'll handle future big moments for his kids. He has a history of stepping out of the public eye during them, but now he's seen the strategy backfire a little bit, in that it ended up leading to more discussion about him rather than less. Hailey is actually engaged, so it'll be interesting to see how Eminem acts at her wedding. Perhaps he'll change up his style and pose for a few publicly available photos. Or perhaps he'll keep doing what he's always done and hope that the public has learned its lesson after Elena's wedding. Either way, he'll definitely be there to support Hailey regardless of whether there is photo proof of that support or not. Eminem has always been a proud dad. I mean, Hailey's name is mentioned in dozens of his songs. He cares about his kids and would do anything he can to be present for their big milestones. Elena is clearly grateful for how Eminem handled her big day, and I'm sure that no matter how he approaches Hailey's, Hailey will be equally appreciative of his efforts. But now, I want to know what you all think. Were you surprised by Eminem's absence from Elena's wedding photos? How would you approach these big milestone moments if you were in his shoes? Let me know in the comments below.